let's go ahead and get started and make today easy beef curry. Today we're going to make one of my family favorite recipes. In our house we love curry, and today I'm making my easy beef curry. Oh man, are you going to enjoy it. So please, if you have any comments on your favorite curries, put it down in the comment file. Definitely you want to subscribe because I've got a lot of good recipes, and this beef curry, we've been eating this for a long time. Very, very good recipe. Please like us. If you do, I will certainly like to respond and thank you for that. And also please definitely want to share our great recipes with you. So share it with your friends as well. So let's go ahead and get started and make today easy beef curry. I'm Chef Donald McMillan, and I've been making this beef curry for many years. You're going to be also making it for a long time because it has just so much flavor. What am I talking about flavor? Look at what are we going to put in there. We have coriander, okay? We have garam masala right over here. I've got cayenne pepper, jalapeno pepper, yogurt, onions. We've got some great onions, ginger, and garlic. These ingredients are going to combine together to flavor these beef cubes. I have chucked cubes of beef, cutting it into about a 1-inch cube, and we're going to flavor the meat. We're going to cook it with all these other ingredients, and the essence, this is going to be there. So first of all, let's go ahead and flavor our beef, and for that I'm going to add in there my cayenne, my coriander, the garam masala. Garam masala is a spice blend. It's kind of a curry spice blend. So we're going to add that into it as well. You could, if you wanted to, substitute a curry powder, but you'll find that the garam masala has a lot of different great ingredients in there. Salt. We definitely want to put salt in our marinade. It does have a feature where it'll help soften up the meat, but even more so flavor it. But the thing, let's see. Oh yeah, let me get the others in here too. Ginger. We have some ginger paste, and we have some garlic. So these are chopped garlics, and I'm just going to place those right in there to flavor the meat. We are just running it all up. Now, yogurt. If you have Greek yogurt, I say definitely use it. Plain yogurt would work as well. I'm not using any flavored, obviously. The malolactic acid that you will find in the dairy product is also going to help in our marinade. And what it's going to do is it'll tenderize the meat as well. So let's go ahead and mix this a little bit like that. And then I'm going to just take the bag out and watch this. You saw I had it in a bowl. That helps with the process of putting all the ingredients together instead of holding the bag open. Squeeze out some of the air, and then make sure your bag is firmly closed. Sometimes it's a little more difficult, but just go right across and you see that. Yeah, now it's all in there. Okay? Now what we're going to do is give it a good massage, just like this. Get all those ingredients, get that yogurt in there. The yogurt is going to touch all that meat. The spices are going to flavor every bite. This is going to be one tasty dish. You can marinate your meat even overnight if you wish. I'm using a tougher cut of meat, so the chuck would benefit from a longer marinade. I would suggest maybe an hour to do it at best, okay? So 1 hour will give the flavor that you're looking for into the meat. But as I said, if you wanted to do this ahead of time, you can do it overnight. And by the way, you can duplicate this recipe if you wish. Just do it in multiples. So instead of 1 cup, you can have 2 cups. Instead of 1 pound, you can have 2 pounds, or any portion you'd like to do. If you make this ahead of time, you will find that it freezes beautifully. The only thing I wouldn't do is I would not put the potatoes in there if I was going to freeze it, because the potatoes, when they are frozen and then defrost, they just fall apart. All right, let's put this in the refrigerator for about an hour. Okay, here's our onion. I'm going to show you an easy way to dice it, and I'm going to do a medium dice on this one. Cut off the root part, right here, and we cut off the flower part. Divide it in half like this. Take out the outside layer of onion skin, about 2. Put it into our little scrap bowl there, and we'll get rid of that in just a little while. Okay. And then where the root is, we just flip it over, make an invisible line, and make a series of vertical slices. I'm doing a medium dice because I do want to see the onions in the finished dish. Flip it over, cut around the root, throw that in our scrap pile there. Have you noticed how I'm holding the knife correctly? 4 fingers on the handle, 1 on the bolt. So that gives me a firm grip on the knife, and my other hand is my monster grip. And just make a series like that. So I have a grip on the food, it's not going anywhere. And there's our root. So there's our onion. We're going to be using that in just a little while, but I wanted to show you on the jalapeno. So if you want to do this dish and you don't want as much heat, because we did use some cayenne earlier, okay? What I do is I cut my jalapeno like this. I take out a spoon and dig out the seeds, just like this. Okay? Take the seeds and place those in the bowl, and now I've removed half of the heat from the jalapenos. Then I'm going to just slice them like this, and then turn them around, and we're going to do a dice. For the jalapenos, I like a fairly fine dice so that when we put it at the end, it'll give a nice little bite. But they don't need a big mouthful of jalapenos, okay? So it would get distributed. All right. I think it's been about an hour. So let's go ahead and take the meat out of the refrigerator, and we're going to start cooking our delicious, our easy beef curry. Okay, I've just taken our beef that's been marinating, and it's just so delicious in here. I love using these types of bags, these self-closing bags, these plastic bags. If I'm going to be, say, cooking outside the house, I may be grilling, I can always put my food in this bag, put it in an ice chest, keep it cold, take it out, put it on the grill, put it in the pan. After it's cooked, you can just discard the bag. Really has made my life so much easier than having to put it in a bowl. And also, a thing I like is that these plastic bags, you don't have to put as much marinade in there, so it actually saves on that expense as well, because a little bit goes a long way. As you can see, it fills up this bag and flavors. So now, let's turn our pot on. I'm using a heavy pot, okay? And the reason why is that I'm going to cook this on top of the stove. And while cooking on top of the stove, I want the heat to just go through and cook entirely, and you do need a heavy pot. This is a Dutch oven, okay? Very heavy when you lift it up. When you buy a Dutch oven, don't buy the smaller versions. Even though you may be cooking for 1 or 2, I could cook a whole chicken into here. I can cook at least 4 pounds of, say, meat in there. So I can do a whole lot in this pot, and I can do a little bit. You understand me? So I could cook just a small amount of food in the same pot, and it works just as well. And this way you don't have pots going all over the house. Okay, I'm now using ghee, clarified butter. Check out one of our other videos, because I have a video on how to make your own ghee at home. Just in case you're having a hard time finding it around town, and you have a lot of recipes that calls for ghee or clarified butter, we've got it right here, okay? So I'll put some of that in there now. Let's just swirl it around in the pot and be sure it covers the bottom. Great. Okay, I'm going to take my scraper and get those onions and place them right into the ghee. Hear that sizzle? That ghee is going to give us so much great flavor. When I make the ghee or clarified butter, it's actually just pure fat. You know when you buy butter in the supermarket, it's like 82% fat. This is 100% fat. We cooked out all the water that was in there, and actually the whey is removed as well. And the whey goes to the bottom of the pot and actually flavors our ghee. All right. Wait just a little while. When this turns brown, you'll start seeing the caramel on the bottom of the pot. All right, in the bottom of our pot here, I can see the sugar that has came out of the onions. This sugar is adding flavor to our dish. It's going to stick there until I put some of the stock in there with the beef to pick up the flavor. And the onions are just starting to caramelize, get a little bit of brown. So I'm going to take these onions. I'll probably get most of these out of there because I'm going to put them back in a little bit, but I want to brown off my beef too before I put in any of the stock or other liquids in there. This smells so good. My friend Justin Wilson was a great commentator, taught us so many recipes, and he's often said, if you wanted to make somebody mad at you, invite them to your house, cook some onions and bacon, and don't give them any. Says it works every time. All right. Now, we're going to add in more ghee, clarified butter. By the way, clarified butter has a higher smoking point than butter. So if you're just using plain butter, you'll find that it'll start smoking and burning at a lower temperature a lot easier. So now that's another reason why we clarified the butter. Let's add in our beef. It already has the yogurt and all that in there. And watch this, it's just going to sizzle and wow, get it all in there. Come on, every piece. We'll throw that in the trash, and we'll just take our beef and brown it off. The Maillard reaction now, where the meat is sticking to the bottom of the pot, is actually going to add another level of flavor to our food. And that looks and smells so good. Great flavors are going on in here. We kind of layered them one on top of the other by just adding these wonderful ingredients. All right, we're going to let that brown. It'll take maybe about 2 minutes. We'll turn it around just a little bit, and then we're going to add the onions back into it, and we'll also add in some chicken stock so that it will cook. We'll turn the temperature down and let it cook slowly to make just the most wonderful curry you've ever eaten. In just a little while, when this beef browns, we are going to add in some beef stock to make this one of the most flavorful beef curries you have ever tasted. Okay, look at this. With those juices are coming out of the meat, the yogurt, they're so happy in there. Let's kick it up another notch, okay? Let's add in these onions. Those are the ones that we sauteed until we got the caramel. Put that in there. Make them happy. Oh, this is divine. Okay, now, beef stock. You could use water if you wish, but I prefer to use beef stock. And we'll just let this now cook. We're going to turn our temperature down to low. And we're going to cover it. In our cover, there are some rivulets in there. And what happens is that the liquid comes up, hits the rivulets, comes right back. So we have that convection process going on. Also, sometimes even called the slow cooking movement, because it's going to take about, I would say, almost an hour for all this to come together. But we are going to add some potatoes in there in just a little while. Okay, so we took the beef. It's now just about done. We had a beautiful sauce in there. Let's add the potatoes. The potatoes, as they cook, the starch will also help thicken up the sauce. We're going to put it back into our oven, and we're going to let it cook for about another 20 or 30 minutes. We just want the potatoes now to get done. So let me put the cover back on, and we'll just finish it off in the oven. Oh, this beef curry. Look at it, potatoes, beef, flavor. Oh, goodness, let's get some in a bowl. Come on, let's do this right. Place it right in here. Whoa, look at that. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. This is so good, so good, so good. Get it all in there, yes. Wow. Tender, every piece. Bite size, tender. Let's put a little bit of freshly chopped cilantro on top. Definitely want a little bit to give it a little extra flavor and kick. This is really a wonderful recipe. I'd love to share with you any of the thoughts that you have on making a beef curry, or any curry for that matter. And you know we're going to have a lot of good curry recipes on our YouTube, because there is so much to share, and that's part of my family's heritage. This is so great. Share with us. Definitely, you've got to sign up. Let us know that you want to see more of our videos. Like it, share with your friends, all of those types of things. And please, please remember that Chef Don's recipes are simple and delicious. My checked recipe for curry. Check it out.